What's going on, guys? Sinister here, back with another video, and I'm doing my first Elder Scrolls Online video. I wanted my first one to be character creation, but I felt like this was more important, but hopefully I will do a character creation in the future. Now, as you can tell from the title, this is my best setup, and I can't stress enough, this is my best setup. It's my opinion, my preference. If you guys have a different way of healing, or you want to tweak this up, by any means, do whatever works for you. This is what just works for me. This is not the best way. I'm not claiming it the best way. It's just the best way for me. I'm used to it. It works good. I run dungeons with just me and a friend, and we clear it with ease. So it works for me. If you want to copy it, go for it. Use it. If you want to tweak it up or just don't follow anything, that's perfectly fine as well. I can't stress enough, this is my opinion. Now, I am only veteran rank 1. My friends are either 14, I've never actually been a healer, so I've experimented with this a lot, and now I'm addicted to healing. In any MMO, I've never been a healer. I'm always like a ranged DPS that doesn't really have to get involved in anything. My friend was playing the game, and he's like, yeah, we kind of need a healer, so I went and bought the game, created a healer, leveled up real fast. That was my problem. I leveled up really fast, and now I got bored with it, so I haven't played it in a while. That's why I'm only veteran rank 1. I think I got to veteran rank 1 in like 2 weeks or something like that. It was ridiculous. But that's aside the point. I don't even play with them anymore. I have a new group I run with. That's why I got to catch up to them. The skills. Now, I have a lot more skill points than you guys are probably going to have because I went sky shard hunting. I have 99 skill points total. I haven't slotted them all. With a new update with the Imperial City, it removed all of my skill points so I can reset them for some reason. So I just had to do that, and I'm kind of getting used to it again. But I'm not going to go over extra stuff. I'm just going to go over the basic necessities that you need. And one thing I do recommend, I'm going to just throw that out there real quick. When you do, if you are the game and you are being a healer, and you get to the final, I don't want to spoil the storyline for anybody, but once you get to the final thing, just go ahead. I don't want to spoil it. I'm just going to say choose the prophet. I'm not going to say what you choose or who you choose, what the outcome is. Just if you get an option to choose between 3 people, choose the prophet, because you will get the Emperor's Blessing. It's a healing staff, and it's great to start off with on veteran rank 1. That's all I'm going to say. But we're getting into the good part. Now, I don't use any restoration staff as my heals at all. People say, yo, you should use them. Again, only using the Restoring Light has worked for me, so that's what I do. You do not have to do this by any means. Now, we're going to start with the ultimate. A lot of people like to use the damage, like Nova as ultimate. I highly recommend you use Rite of Passage because it's very great. If someone's at 0 health, it heals them, you, and other people instantly to max health. It's great. And the benefit of this is, let's say you have an AoE on you and you're getting hit. While you're casting this, you're healing yourself, so you're not dying at all, but you're also getting your ultimate back because you're getting hit. This ultimate replenishes so fast, it's ridiculous. I highly recommend you do use Rite of Passage. And when you want to morph it, I say it's really up to you, but I would go with Practice Incantation because allies taking less damage is good, but you heal them so fast that it really doesn't matter. But getting this 2 extra seconds of duration doesn't really seem like much, but trust me, it works. It's great. It's worked for me, so I recommend you morph it into that. But you don't have to. You can morph into the other one, or you don't even have to use this as your ability at all. Again, this is just my opinion. Now, what I have, I'm just going to go what I have starting off from square, triangle, circle, L1, and R1. Just because it's what I'm used to, and maybe you guys want to follow it too. So what I have as my square is Restoring Aura. And I will show you what this does. You can read the description. Basically, anyone in that radius gets endurance boost, intellect boost, health boost, all that magicka recovery by 10%. And what you want to do, I cannot stress this enough. This is the one morph I will say I think you should do. Has increased radius, don't worry about that. Repentance. This is a lifesaver. I can't stress it enough. As you can see, it has no cost at all. Has no cost. You still get the bonus while they're in that area. They get the you can read it there. Fortitude, endurance, and minor intellect, increasing health, stamina, and magic recovery by 10%. That's a lot, and considering it costs nothing, that's ridiculous. it also, you consume the essence of corpses to restore health and stamina. So say your health is getting low for some reason, the tank doesn't have everybody, and there's corpses there. Instead of wasting your magicka on yourself, hit repentance, and you consume the corpse's essence and heal yourself. Now, each corpse can only be consumed once. So say there's 2 dead bodies and you cast it that consumes their dead bodies, you can't steal their energy again. But if more bodies drop, you can steal those energies. The reason I say, well, I mean, it's no cost, so I can sit here, spam this like crazy. So when nothing's going on in battle, spam this. When you don't have anybody to heal and you're just standing still, spam it, because you get your ultimate gains from doing that. That's again why I said to take this ultimate, and with the combination of repentance, I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. You can spam this while you don't need to heal anybody. Say the tank's got a lockdown, he's doing fine. You gain your ultimate. And then once you get your ultimate up by doing that, you can go ahead and just cast the ultimate. And that heals everybody. And then what you can do is go back to casting. Now right now you don't see the ultimate going up, but once you're in battle and stuff's going down, it does go up. Trust me, I don't know why it does, but it does. And mainly because the bodies are dropping and you're consuming the corpses. But yeah, so that's a good rotation. Cast that a bunch until you get your ultimate, and then cast the ultimate, and then repeat. It's a great technique. It's worked for me. I highly recommend it, guys. Again, you don't have to. The next one you want to take is the healing ritual. This is your basic heal that you're going to be using. It heals you and your allies for 5,027. Compared to the other heal, it heals more. Now, this has the more powerful heal. It takes longer. It's 2-second cast and doesn't have as big as a radius, but it costs less. You can see the magic cost. The other heal is instant, has a bigger radius, it doesn't heal as much, and it costs more. So I would use healing ritual, which looks like this, just as your basic heal. Say you see your tank going down a little bit, he's getting 3/4 health, half health, go ahead and cast it. If you're in dire need and people are going down, run to where you need to go and cast your instant. I usually keep my casting time spell at triangle and my instant at circle. This is just a recommendation. This is what I use. You guys can switch it up any way you want. So for healing ritual, your actual casting heal, what I would do, again, this is kind of 50-50. The reduced cast time is nice, but it's only 0.3 seconds, which does make a difference, but it's not that much a difference considering what the other thing can do. Lingering ritual. After you cast your heal, it heals an additional 1,255 after 8 seconds. So it does healing over time after you cast it, which we all know, any healer, that's a good thing. So you cast it on your tank, and it's going to heal him after a while as well. So you don't have to worry about going right back to him after a while. Excuse me. So that's what I morph mine into. Rush Ceremony. The morph that I would choose, again, I mean, it's kind of up to you. I always go with Honor of the Dead. You can heal up to 3 targets, but I don't use this heal at all. This is only in dire situations, and generally, you're not going to have all of your allies at low health. So I would go with Honor of the Dead, because it restores magicka when healing wounded allies. And if you're casting the spell, 99% of the time there's going to be a wounded ally, and you need to get that magicka back, especially because this is such an expensive spell. So I always morph mine into Honor of the Dead. Now, those are your healing spells. You got Repentance, which is just cast that constantly if you can to get your ultimate up, your casting heal, and your instant cast heal. That's the only 2 heals that I use. May sound crazy, probably is, but it's worked for me. Now the other 2 spells. First you got Rune of Focus. I would always try to keep this up and stay in this circle because it gives you a boost while you're in this circle. I don't know if you ever got the chance to read it. Right here. Increasing physical resistance and spell resistance by 4,080. So when you're a healer, you don't want to take damage. So this gives you like that little extra damage boost, you know? So you don't have to take as much damage and you can stay in it. When you morph it, Restoring Focus, I wouldn't go with. You know, you receive more healing, but you're the healer, so you control who gets healed and how often, so it's really not important. Again, magicka. restores magicka while in the focus. Stay in this and your magicka will go up, and it costs less magicka to cast this. So it's a win-win in my book. I would always go with channel focused. This build I would like to throw out. I never run out of magicka. I always have at least 50%. The only time I go low is if I'm running just a 2-person dungeon. I do tend to get a little, under magicka, but it's never anything bad. I can always cast a potion if I get under. I always have so much magicka, it's ridiculous. That's why I would recommend going with the build I do. It just works for me. The next one and final one is Cleansing Ritual. This, again, I would keep up at all times if you can, and just tell if you're running with randoms, say, hey, keep in this ritual, because they can cast a heal on themselves if they're in it. And the effects that it actually does, if I can find it, here we go. Exalt in the sacred light of the blah blah blah. It heals nearby enemies. Yourself, 1 harmful effect. Yeah, it cleanses yourself of 1 harmful effect in nearby allies. 4/4/17 every 2 seconds for 12 seconds. So it's just good to have up. I mean, it is kind of expensive, but it's up for 12 seconds. So it's just an extra buff to always have up. It's when you take the duration and the cost, it's really cheap. And it also gives your allies can activate purify, which removes their harmful effects and heals themselves. So it's another healing thing that you don't have to worry about. Your team can do it. So those are the 2 things. Basically, when I run it, I always try to keep this up, and I always try to go to say the battle is happening right here in this pillar. I always try to run in real quick, cast this on the tank and anyone who's near there, and then kind of back up. And this is where I'll cast my little rune here, and I can heal and manage the battlefield from here while I constantly spam Repentance. And then by the time someone needs healed, I can cast my ultimate. It's a great rotation to run. Not really a rotation, but more of a priority. It works for me, guys. If you would like to try it, by all means do it. That's all the spells. I'm going to go over passives now. Now, I haven't really looked into Adric's Spear or Dawn's Wrath right now, but these are more attacking. Actually, this is something you would like to do. Reduces... If you want, you can go ahead and put Restoring Light. If you don't have enough skill points, it's not a necessity. I have so many skill points that I'm able to really get everything, because this is my dual. I'm a healer with this, and then I could put my heavy armor on and be like a tank DPS if I'm soloing. So this is why I have so many skill points. But the necessities, you want every passive ability in Restoring Light. The healing effects are increased by 10%. Restore nearby allies 30% when they're in the Rite of Passage and Cleansing Ritual, which is again why you want to have those. It just, everything helps to have all these. These are necessities. These are not what I should get. You need to get these if you're going to be a healer. A Templar healer, that is. I wouldn't really worry about any passes on weapons except for a couple on the Restoration Staff. I would always carry a Restoration Staff because say nothing's going down, right? And I know it's a bad thing for healers to attack, but I do it only when there's 1 boss left. So what I can do is do a heavy attack with the Restoration Staff, and once I complete the heavy attack, it'll heal a nearby ally for 30%. So it's healing without spending any magicka at all, which is again why I always have a lot of magicka. Increases your healing by 15% on allies under 30% health. Again, that's a great boost to have. You don't gotta worry about casting a lot on one person who's taking damage, because this kind of does it for yourself. I'm sorry if I'm rambling and kind of not making sense. I'm just trying to really explain why this to me is the best healing setup, and it's worked. I can't stress how well it's worked for me. People are like, you don't have any Restoration Staff heals? What do you I'm kind of not. I'm like, just trust me, run this dungeon and we'll see. And they're like, wow, dude, you were the best healer. I've gotten so many times you're the best healer I've had. And it's an honor because I love to be the healer in this game. I love doing it. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Reduces 30% magicka when you complete a heavy attack. So those two kind of go, these two kind of go hand in hand to each other. Absorb and Restoration Master, you can get if you want, but they're not really a necessity to me, so I never get them. Light Armor, the first 3 you're going to want to get. Reduces the magicka cost of spells by 3% per piece of light armor equipped. That's another thing I want to stress. Wear all light armor. If you're going to be a strict healer, wear all light armor, don't mix and match. This one increases your magicka recovery by 4%. So again, this is why I always have a lot of magicka. And this increases your spell resistance for each piece of light armor equipped. It's not, this one I would say is like a 50-50. It's not a necessity, but it helps, because sometimes when there's a lot of minions, the tanks, they can't handle them all, they can't aggro them all, so you may see a caster in the background hitting you, and this will increase your spell resistance so you don't take as much damage. It's just something nice to have. These two I never really equip because these are more for attacking, and if you're a healer, you're not going to be doing that a lot unless it's with me with the last second battle, which I like to do. Like I said, no medium armor or anything like that. And the high elf skills, you're going to want to get 3 spell charge. That's a necessity. Increases magicka recovery by 9%. Again, I mean, this is why I have a lot of magicka. Ooh, I just realized I would like to point out I am a high elf. Now, this isn't going to pertain to you if you're not a high elf, but if you are a high elf, this will pertain to you. There's really, you can be any class you want. This is what's great about this game. But I like the high elf because of the magicka recovery right here and max magicka. That's why I never run out. I see a lot of Argonian healers, which are really good because I believe they get a healing boost. High elves are really good if you're a, not a mage, I can't think of the class, what's the actual name is in this game, but if you're a mage, basically. I think it's a spellcaster. But I like it because of the magicka boost, so that's why I did take it. And with this is just extra stuff. I always do my woodworking and blacksmithing and build that up, but that's not anything with the healer. So yeah, that is my setup, guys, for the healer. In my opinion, it is the best healing class. It's worked out so well for me. If you guys would like to try it, please go ahead. I actually got this build and idea from a website, Game Pressure. I will put the link to the actual setup in the description if you want to read that. They get into more depth and detail on the class setup. I tweaked, mine isn't an exact carbon copy of theirs. I tweaked theirs a little bit. Like, they recommend Nova for the ultimate while I have the healing ultimate, but generally I kind of got my basic idea of their setup for them, and it's worked out so well for me. I haven't changed it since. So again, if you guys want to try it, please be more than happy. And if you do try it, let me know how it works for you. If it worked out great for you, let me know. Or if it's just not working for you, I want to know as well. If you have a better setup, let me know, because I want to try to be the best healer out there. That's what I want to do. So I need your guys' help too. We can help each other. I can give you recommendations, you can give me recommendations. So that's going to wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a like. And if you want to see more Elder Scrolls videos, because I hope to get some up soon. I haven't even made any, and I love this game, and I do not know why. Subscribe, and you will always know when I post Elder Scrolls Online video games gameplay. Wow, I kind of messed that up. As always, guys, social media links are in the description. If you guys enjoyed it, again, subscribe if you want to. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for the support. It means so much to me how this channel is growing really fast. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you next time.